This segment is being sponsored by Capital Sportsman. All right, welcome back, everyone. Hey, you can call us in this segment right here. This is 737-7767. And I know we got to get some calls tonight about this
Give us your questions.
Boy, we've opened those cans.
We have. I'm blowing up over here with messages already on our Facebook page.
And by the way, this deer tea does look good, I think. By golly.
Yeah, we got a message about the deer tea over here.
About deer tea. You're right. Mine's not a goat tea.
It's a deer tea.
It's a deer tea.
That's right.
But thank you for that. And you know, just call us here 737-7767. We'll be glad to answer any questions. Till those calls start coming in. You know, we got to look at weather. Full moon already. Yep. It was bright. We showed Miss Emery. Yeah. It had a kind of a smoky.
Pretty moon tonight.
Yeah. It was kind of like, have you seen Werewolf in London?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was that kind of moon.
That's about right. That's about right. It's.
So what does it do to the deer?
Well, depends on who you ask, okay?
All right, I'm going to ask you and Randall Haley.
In my opinion, I think the moon can, to a degree, affect deer movement. I don't think it has near the pull that weather fronts do. I think weather fronts, barometric pressure, things like that have a lot more bearing on deer movement. But now when the full moon is in and just right, the deer will move all day long.
I know your daddy drives a little crazier.
Well, that's just, it's just because it's Thursday, you know.
That's it.
But you know, I think it may slow down this time of year when it's warm. I do feel like it slows down the daytime movement a little bit. But we have, you know, a lot of people that have been real successful this week that full moon. So don't let it discourage you. That's right. Don't let it discourage you. You may not see as much of that kind of middle of the day movement.
But the one that you may see might be the one that you've been looking for.
That's right. All it takes is that one.
Hey, we got a lot of callers coming in. I tell you what, let's get to them. And Jim, how can we help you tonight?
Jim Dillon.
Hey, Jim Dillon. Hey, buddy. By the way, Jim Dillon is a real good friend of mine and a veteran. And I guarantee you, Jim Dillon, you stay in, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I know you do, brother.
But I'm telling you, there's a lot of issues going on. But there's a big issue that's going on that I think is losing the rights to put our boats in and fish the waters that we paid all these dollars over the years. I'm 65 years old. I've bought a fishing license for a long time.
Yes, you have.
I'm being told I can't put in at certain marinas and stuff because they own it. I think we need to get with the Corps and the TWRA and let's find out who owns these ramps.
I think you're exactly right, Jim. And what Jim is in reference to is, if you will have noticed around Old Hickory and Percy Priest Lake, these ramps are getting closed for public use because the marina is making money off of people that have the dock slips, and those are the only ones that are being allowed to use the ramps for free. Now they are charging from $5. I've heard $5. I've heard $8
for nine on
or
one.
nine on one. But they're charging money, and the reason is they're told they can do it. Well, it also says that they have to maintain those ramps, and they have to maintain a security around those ramps in the parking areas. Am I right, Jim?
Yes, you're right, but they're not doing it.
And they're not doing it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, Jim, we had a good friend that got killed at Mona Boat Ramp.
Yeah, how can you cut me off from something that I paid to have built in the first place?
That's exactly right.
You decided to put a marina in it.
And you're exactly right, Jim. And we need to bring this up in the forefront again. And I would like to invite you to come on here in the month of November or December, either one of your choice. But let's stir the pot, Jim Dillon. And let's get you and Harvey Kraft and a few others on here. And let's talk about this, because this is going to affect us for a long while if we don't do something.
We're losing our right to access of our lakes and our streams and everything else
that our fathers paid for.
And the Corps actually is saying, okay, you put a marina here so you can do whatever you want to now.
And that's
The hell
not
with
true.
everybody else that paid to build it.
Yeah.
So you walk around and look, there's no maintenance on these ramps.
No.
Most of them got holes you could swallow a trailer in.
Yes, sir. And some of the docks that you're pulling up
That's just my
to,
opinion.
and some of the docks we're pulling up to need repair.
That's a fact.
You know,
And half of the people that own docks out there with them slips and those houseboats and stuff are not even up to date. They don't pay for their tiles and everything like that. Go over there and look at any one of them.
yeah.
We have.
See, 80% of them don't have stickers.
Yeah.
They didn't register their boat because they never leave the dock, so they don't care.
I saw one the other day, Jim Dillon. I'm not going to say where, but it had 1999 sticker on it.
Yep.
Out on the water.
And
On the
you know
water.
what? I don't lie. You know that.
I know that.
All right, brothers. Thank you.
Thank
Have
you,
a good
Jim.
Yeah.
All right, we got Mikey. Mikey, how can we help you tonight?
Yeah, hey, how y'all doing?
We're doing
great. How are
great.
you?
How you not? 410 Bull Durham Road, Springville, Tennessee.
Yes, sir.
All right. Back when you were talking about on the deer, here in Henry County, Monty Blue at the sheriff's department, he has a deal where he brings the deer in. The hunters bring the deer in. They process the deer. They give it to anybody in the community that wants it. They also do the same thing with gardening. They garden and they have whatever they have surplus that they don't use at the jailhouse. They give it to the public out here.
That's
Why
awesome.
is not all these other counties around here doing that? If they want the deer to get killed, hey, bring them to somebody like you said, and let's get them processed.
I have to agree with Mikey on that.
Yep.
And guess what, Mikey? You just may have solved the whole problem. Every county has a jailhouse. Every county has a jailhouse.
Yep.
And they usually have work crews. Why can't we have them skinning deer or something and processing the meat and give it to families that need it?
I
That's
agree
a
with you. That's just one of my thoughts.
Mikey, great thought. Write it down. Put it very professional.
Send it to them.
I would love to hear you send that to the Tennessee Wildlife Commission.
I'll sure try to.
Thank you, Mikey.
Thank you. Bye.
And we got Riley. Riley, how can we help you tonight? Riley? We're going to put Riley? Okay, we got to let Riley go. I'm going to put him on hold.
Frank.
And Frank, how can we help you tonight?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
How you doing, bud?
Doing great.
I got a question for you. Because I'm going up to Kentucky for a hunting trip this weekend.
Yeah.
And I'm not used to going up there with it being 80 degrees. I don't know what the heck is going on. Can you give me any tips on how to hunt in this hot of weather?
I will give you a tip that will work in Kentucky, Tennessee, Illinois, all of them. Hunt the wind.
Yep.
That's the best way. I know. What do you think?
The only thing I would add to that, I mean, wind anytime, doesn't matter what time of year it is. But right now, we got the warmer weather. The deer kind of, if you can find an area that there's not a lot of water around, you might can find a small water resource.
Yeah.
That's a good place to be. And it's also important to note the deer eating acorns right now. They're not going to be on your green fields as much until right at dark, you know, maybe a little bit right before daylight, which is how a lot of people push them out going in the mornings. But they're on the acorns, so what I would suggest is find the heaviest producing batch of acorns that you can find there and get on that, and if you can find that near a water source, even better.
That's even better. We hope that helps you.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Thank
Good
you. All right. Great calls, too, by the way. A lot of people are fired up over these subjects, buddy.
They are. We couldn't even get to them all.
I know. But even Jim Dillon bringing the one up about the fishing, that's huge.
Yeah.
And, you know, here's what I don't want us to do, and that's, well, we'll let Hugh and Brandon take care of that and put it in the public eye and we don't have to say anything. No, we couldn't do this without you. And that's what we're asking you to help us talk to them. And that's what we need to do. We need to all come together, ladies and gentlemen, and be smart about this.
Yeah, I mean,
we have some issues that need to be brought out.
And there's a lot of people that have good ideas.
Great ideas.
But nothing to them. But you can't sit around and complain about it.
Nope.
You can't sit around and talk about it.
Nope.
Send this in. Our commission is based on what we the people are telling them, and
That's
they do. And regardless of what some people will tell you, they do listen to that, and a lot of decisions are made around these, you know, these suggestions. So get them in there to them, give them your ideas. You know, you never know, there could be 100 other people with the same idea. If you'll all send them in, you never know, but you've got to let them know. And
we got to do it in numbers, ladies and gentlemen. We got to do it in numbers. Poor Jim Dillon can't be the only one writing a letter about the Rams. That's right. Harvey Kraft can't be just 2 of them writing a letter, or even if I join in, 3 of us writing a letter to our commissioners about the Rams isn't going to do it.
But you get 300, and they're going to go
3,000 or 30,000.
You know? Yeah, and today we're able to reach out to that many people, and if people would just take the time to do that, you could easily have that many letters sitting there. You know?
Here's something else too. I don't want to hear any of this about bass fishermen versus sea-doos and personal craft like that. If you own a boat and it has a registration sticker on it, you have a voice. That's the way I look at it. Kayakers too. If you got to put your kayak in a place, and say you wanted to go fish Elm Hill or Four Corners area where there's some great fishing going on, but you can't get in there because they won't allow you to, come on now, we need to all come together. The only way we can make a change is when we all sound the same together. Or unified. Not that we all sound the same, but that we sound unified.
Again,
and that's what we got to do.
Don't matter your opinion.
No.
You know, if you, for some reason, you think that they ought to leave the holes in the boat ramps and let them fall apart,
that's your opinion.
Let them know. Your opinion is fine. My point is, let them know your opinion.
Let them know what you want to do. And, you know, I've heard several things. Now, we made some changes. Some people were upset a couple of years ago that we had an opportunity to put Florida strain bass in our lake systems. You heard about all that. Well, I was in the middle of all that, listening to it from every avenue. But guess what? TWRA, because of such a response, they decided to make an educated decision, and they did something about it. And we're going to reap the benefits from that in the next few years. If not, our grandchildren will for sure.
And that's what's most important anyway. I mean, you know, it really is. We're here right now to make sure that they have resources.
Oh, I tell you what, my preacher friend Jim Freeze at Joy Church in Mount Juliet said it best when he said, our decisions we make today affect what goes on tomorrow. So if you keep that in mind, the decisions we make today about our hunting and fishing is what affects little Miss Emery that you're going to meet here in just a little bit. It affects her and the way she's going to be able to hunt and fish. So
it does.
So, hey, we got a tip of the week.
We do? What, you mean you don't have one?
I don't have one. No.
This week's tip of the week's been sponsored to you by our friends over at Davidson Farmers Co-op. Get over there and check out what they've got going on. There's lots of fall
have you seen what all this stuff
they've got stuff stacked up, piled up everywhere all over the place. So get over there. That's right there.
They got heated rabbit hutches now.
They got all sorts of things going on.
Hey, we got winter coming on. We got to have a heated rabbit hutch.
Well, I got a little tip tonight, and it's got to do kind of with my product of the week. So you actually brought up earlier the ARC technology in these rangefinders. They don't all have it. Now, I've noticed there's not a big difference with this one. There's not. But if you'll get up there in your tree and you find, let's say, a big oak tree out here to your right, and you want to hit it and get your yardage, if you'll take your rangefinder and hit that tree in eye level with
straight on,
then you will get a reading of the correct reading, what it's going to be at the ground.
You're exactly right.
So hit it up high, hit it at the level you're at. If you're 15 foot off the ground, try to hit those marks 15 foot off the ground, and then you can shoot the ground under it if you want to just see the difference, but that'll give you a straight line distance.
Can I give one more little tip?
Yeah, let's make a double tip.
Let me give one more little tip, because I've heard so many complaints about, Hugh, I shot this deer. When I got down on my stand, I wasn't quite sure where the deer went, so I was unsure as to which way to go. Give you a great tip. Carry you an old-fashioned compass with you, and when you're up in your tree stand and you shoot the deer and you know which way it went, and you can peg a tree that it went right beside, take your compass and measure off what it is or tell what direction, what degree, and guess what? It doesn't matter if you're 30 feet, 40 feet up a tree or down on the ground. 180
north
degrees.
North is north, isn't it?
Yeah, it's 180 degrees, and north is north, and east is east. It doesn't matter if you're up or down. but that one might help you kind of confine your scouting and your blood trailing.
Yeah.
So, hey, we got to take a break. When we come back, I didn't do this. She did it, and I'm telling you, you're gonna want to do it.
We got a good recipe.
So pay attention, get your cameras out. You're gonna want to hear this. So hurry back to more. So we'll do what.
I'm David McMurray.